The airport was already a symphony of irritation before Mark Consuelos even realized he was part of it. Rolling suitcases rattled like impatient percussion, boarding announcements echoed with artificial cheer, and somewhere nearby a child was conducting a full-scale protest against socks. Mark stood in the security line at JFK. One hand on his carry-on, the other gripping his phone, trying very hard to embody calm. He had promised himself, that this trip would be different. No rushing. No arguing. No existential debates before 9 a.m. Then Kelly Ripa leaned in, eyes sparkling with mischief, and said the words that detonated everything. "You know," she said casually, adjusting her oversized sunglasses, "this is exactly where people should get divorced. Airports." Mark turned slowly, like a man in a disaster movie who already knows what he's about to see. "Excuse me." "An airport divorce," Kelly continued, warming to the idea. "Clean, efficient, very symbolic. You both go through security, realize you hate each other, and then, boom, separate gates, separate lives." Mark blinked. Once. Twice. Somewhere deep in his soul, a tiny yoga instructor whispered breathe. He ignored it. "That's not funny," he said, though his tone suggested he had delivered this line many times over the course of their marriage. Kelly smiled wider. "I didn't say it was funny, I said it was practical." The line moved forward 3 inches. Mark dragged his suitcase along like a reluctant pet. "We're not getting divorced," he muttered. "I didn't say we were," Kelly replied innocently. "I said people, hypothetical people, airport people." Mark gave her a look. The look that had launched 1,000 on-air eye rolls. "You're enjoying this?" "Immensely." They reached the TSA agent, who glanced between them with the weary expression of someone who had seen far worse than a married couple bickering before sunrise. "Shoes off. Belts off. Dignity optional." As Kelly slid her tote bag onto the conveyor belt, she continued. "Think about it. You're already dividing liquids. You've emotionally prepared to lose things. It's the perfect environment for a breakup." Mark stepped into the scanner, arms raised, irritation officially simmering. "You thought about this way too much." "Creative minds wander," Kelly said, "especially when they're married." The scanner beeped. The agent waved him through. Mark grabbed his shoes with unnecessary force and hissed, "You're trying to irritate me." Kelly slipped her shoes back on gracefully. "No, that would imply effort." They walked toward the terminal, passing a couple whisper fighting near a departure board. "See?" Kelly nodded toward them. "Classic pre-flight resentment. That's a divorce waiting to happen." Mark followed her gaze and sighed. "That's just stress." "Stress is how the truth escapes," she said. They reached a coffee stand. Mark stopped abruptly. "I need caffeine," he announced. "Before you suggest a security checkpoint annulment." Kelly laughed, the sound light and musical. The sound that had both hooked and haunted him for decades. "Don't tempt me. Metal detectors add drama." As Mark waited for his coffee, he reflected, against his will, on the strange truth buried beneath her jokes. Airports were emotional pressure cookers. They stripped people down to essentials. Wallet. Passport. Patience. Maybe that was why Kelly found them fascinating. She loved places where personalities leaked out, where control was an illusion. "Still, divorce?" He returned with 2 cups, handed her one, peace offering. She accepted. "Thank you. See? We'd never survive an airport divorce, too polite." "Speak for yourself," he said. "I'd fight for the espresso machine." They sat at the gate, watching planes taxi like restless thoughts. Kelly kicked off her shoes and curled her legs beneath her, already at home wherever she landed. "You're really irritated," she said softly now, the teasing dialed down. Mark exhaled. "I'm not irritated. I'm alert." She smirked. "That's married man for irritated." He looked at her, really looked. The familiar face, the endless energy, the woman who could provoke him with 5 words and disarm him with 1 smile. "You're impossible," he said, and yet, she replied, lifting her cup in a small toast, "Here you are. Still married, still in the same terminal." The boarding announcement crackled overhead. Their flight. Same destination, same seats. Mark stood and held out her bag. "Come on. Let's not miss this plane." Kelly took the bag, brushing his hand. "See? No airport divorce today." He shook his head, amused despite himself. "You're lucky I love you." She grinned. "That's what irritates you most." As they joined the boarding line, Mark realized something important. Irritation, like airports, was temporary. Annoying, loud, sometimes unavoidable. But never the final destination. And if marriage was a long-haul flight, he supposed a little turbulence was expected. Still, he made a mental note. Next trip, he was booking separate coffees.